Culturally and politically speaking, we have remained a suppressed people under the Kashmir government. For 70 years, people have been struggling to free Ladakh from Kashmir. And then, 5 months ago, we got rescued from Kashmir and became a union territory of India. People were jubilant. They couldn't even believe this has happened. But slowly, the jubilation turned into concerns as people were wondering about safeguards from outside exploitation. Under the Kashmir government, we had Article 370, which protected the people, the land, and the nature here. But now we were out in the open without any safeguards. Our leaders started scrambling for support. Our young, dynamic MP, Member of Parliament, started writing letters to the tribal ministry seeking safeguards under this wonderful article of the Indian Constitution, which safeguards the diversity of tribal people, their land and their environment. The Schedule 6 of Article 244 gives that protection. And very generously, the tribal ministry recommended to Home Ministry that Ladakh be included under 6th Schedule, and Home Ministry seemed to agree to that. People were once again taking a sigh of relief. But then, mid-August onwards, there was a spell of silence, a deafening, eerie silence. And after 2 months or so, we woke up to a changed world. Suddenly, leaders started speaking a different language. The Home Minister gave statements like, "We will develop Ladakh like other parts of India." This scares us, sir, because if Delhi is the capital of development, then we don't know, with air that is unbreathable, water that is untouchable, how could we call this development? People of Ladakh care more for fresh air and clean water than money and growth. Our Member of Parliament suddenly started changing his statements. He started speaking against the 6th Schedule, against safeguards, and for development and industrialization of Ladakh. Ladakh has 96% tribal population when it is only 50% that qualifies a region to become a tribal area under 6th Schedule for the safeguard of its people and environment. But people of Ladakh, led by young students, started movements for these safeguards. They have even gone on hunger strikes, and midwinter, -20, they stayed out in the nights hungry, seeking safeguards for Ladakh. As people understand more and more the consequences of this free-for-all Ladakh, they are preparing to appeal to you in stronger ways, but peacefully, protesting in hunger strikes, because we would rather die struggling to save Ladakh than to live and see its destruction. Mr. Prime Minister, we know that it must be without your knowledge at lower levels of bureaucracy that all this is happening, but we very strongly suspect that there's an industrial lobby that has its eyes on the prospects of mining Ladakh for minerals and other industrial projects. Something like China is already doing in Tibet with major environmental consequences. Our fears are strengthened by seeing hints from some of the biggest industrial houses about exploiting Ladakh or developing Ladakh in future. We want to appeal to you to please safeguard the colorful lives of the people here, the beautiful nature here. As the world is going down environmentally, we want you to be one leader who cares for such fragile environments and keeps them intact for posterity. Dear Modi ji, the sharks are after us. They're after our mountains and rivers for mines and minerals. As a global environmental leader, only you can rescue us. You've given us new life as a UT, and we hope you will give us dignity too.